it is. Okay, so this one mightn't affect me or you, the old fogies we are, but the Republican controlled House will soon vote on a bill requiring TikTok to either be divested from ByteDance or face a nationwide ban. So, ByteDance is its Beijing based owner. So, the House Committee on Energy and Commerce unanimously passed the measure last Thursday, and the House Majority Leader Steve Scalise said he will bring it to vote as early as Wednesday, which is today. So we might actually hear about more about it once this pod comes out. Emmett, big deal or no big deal?
Yeah, well, the bill's primary backer is a Republican called Mike Gallagher, and he says the app poses, quote, a grave threat to US national security due to its Chinese ownership, and basically warns that TikTok could be used to influence the US public opinion, or worse, harness user data to spy on Americans. And as I think everyone knows, ByteDance is controlled by Chinese authorities, and America describes the app as Communist Party malware, which is quite, the conspiracy theory. But the bill sponsors have really pushed back on the idea that they want to ban TikTok, saying that the objective is to get rid of foreign control. So there's a nuance to it. And this guy Gallagher said that America's foremost adversary has no business controlling a dominant media platform in the United States, which, I think is fair enough. So I mean, it's not otherworldly, but divestment could mean selling the app to a US-based company, although the specific definition of a qualified divestiture would have to be determined by no less than the US president. So the bill also creates a process for the president to designate certain social media apps as, quote, subject to the control of a foreign adversary, meaning other apps could be signaled out as well. So it's really going to the very, very top. And the two top 24 presidential contenders have also complicated the dynamics, because Biden has thrown his support behind the White House Republicans measure, and Trump there just on Monday seemingly undercut his fellow Republicans by reversing his position and coming out against a potential TikTok ban. And in an interview on CNBC I was watching, he said that he still thinks the app is a national security risk, but warned that the ban could lead to increased support for Facebook, which he lambasted as an enemy of the people. So, to your question, is it a deal or no big deal? I tell you what, I'm very flippant about it. I'm kind of like, who cares? So I think it's no big deal. Like, so what? Leave them to it. Like, a politician will always love a great debate. I mean, it's like that thing I think I said once in the podcast is, when you're fighting, scrapping with a pig in a farmyard and rolling around in muck, having a big fight with a pig, there comes a point where you realize the pig is enjoying it. Well, that's actually what, when you when you basically go into a debate with a politician, sure, they're delighted. Just TikTok, enemy of this, enemy of this day. Hold on a minute. So you're going to have fiery words, but who cares? I mean, seriously, will TikTok still be available in America? I don't know. But even if it isn't, the next thing will be there.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you just on the political sentiment behind it. It's tough to take it seriously, especially because this happened. Was it around the same time, about 4 years ago, when Trump was threatening to ban it? And it seems to kind of be a political rally cry. Yeah, if you zoom out, like, none of America's social media companies are allowed in China. So it will kind of just be returning the favor a bit. They don't want US controlled apps and data to be within China, and the US hasn't done the same thing at all the other way around. So yeah, I'm not really sure how I feel about it that much, to be honest. I think it could be a bit of bravado and showing, or maybe it's deadly serious and it's like, oh well, this is just us returning the favor and we don't want Chinese influence. There is, if you want to get into the conspiracy of it, apparently TikTok in China for like kids and stuff is all very educational and all this, and it's like very productive. And then TikTok,
That's right. Get some better mathematics. Yeah.
yeah, TikTok in America is just whatever. Like it can be whatever you want, and you can get educational stuff out of it. But it can also be just people doing silly dances and stuff.
So in a straw poll of 1, do you use TikTok, Mike?
No,
Not at all. So you don't kind of, I'll give it 5 minutes and then spend an hour flicking through videos.
I never got into it, and then now I've avoided it because I know I'd probably get addicted to it. So it's kind of like a pre prevention process.
I gave it a shot, and what I mean by that is I created a few videos for TikTok on the stock market, and well, firstly, I'm no video producer, that's for sure. So I didn't find it easy, didn't come naturally. Like a 30-second video could take like a half an hour for me to actually compose and think about and do. So I was like, nah, I don't see a return on investment on this. Anyway, look, speaking of return on investment, there's one thing I wanted to mention, Mike, before we push on to your pitch. You're doing a pitch, aren't you?
I'm doing a pitch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could pull one out of the hat, but I'm glad it's you. Um, so our listeners know, just we always say, get on our mailing list to get our latest offers, get news, get updates on our podcast. Just go to mywallstreet.com and stick your email in there. But as our listeners know, we recently launched a product called Invest, which is $99. And what it is we've picked 10 stocks to buy and hold for 10 years. You and I, Mike, deliberated over this with a lot of our advisors, and we basically think it's a great foundational list of businesses that all of them we believe are going to grow in value. And for your $99, you also get access to Charging Affairs Library, which grows by one stock pick a week. And Invest Plus is a $200 service, which also has stock of the month, which has beaten the market soundly for years and years and years, almost since it launched. Not almost, actually, since it launched in 2017. And the reason I mention it is that we've just added a new section to Invest on 3 wildcard pitches. And a wildcard is, as its name suggests, a stock investment that comes with more uncertainty and more risk compared to others, and has been sold off and is misunderstood, and stock prices plummeted 90, maybe 95%. And we've found 3 wild cards. You and I deliberated and debated these stocks. I think they're wonderful businesses. And just I'll tell you what they are. I'll give you 3 teasers. One is a company on the brink of a remarkable resurgence thanks to a big, huge, massive funding deal. The next is a company that I've invested in over and over and over, and happen to believe it's going to be one of the greatest investments of our generation, but it has been destroyed in the last couple of years. So I think it's on for a triumphant return, and it's set for profitability in 2025. And then the third wild card is a company which has actually Anne-Marie lambasted the company about a year and a half ago, and I fully agreed with her, but it actually has proven us all wrong and has reignited investor enthusiasm. And those 3 wildcard stocks are available. Just sign up to Invest. And or is it Invest Plus or Invest? Just Invest, isn't it, Mike? So our entry level service, $99, you'll get those 3 stocks. You'll get our 10 foundational stocks, and you get a stock idea every single week, written by you, Mike, or me, or one of our team.